Hey boys and girls, here I am again for a vinyl update. So, this is going to be a sort of a thin stack. I mean, it's not any less, I guess, than I normally show, but it's not like anything spectacular. But I guess that depends on the individual and what they're into. Um, got a new coffee cup. It's a cup of comfort. Easy for me to say. It says just add warm wishes on the inside there. Such a girly cup, but 99 cents. Makes the coffee taste girly. Set that over there. If I can set it down long enough to make a video, it's hard to pry myself away from the coffee. First thing I want to show here is this. I just thought this was cool. They had several of these at a thrift store I went to. I don't know, it's been a minute. I just wanted to get one because I'd never seen them. DVD RW, and these are the little tiny ones. It was 69 cents. I don't remember seeing any of these real small ones like that in the store. I don't really know. I mean, it has a picture of a camcorder there, so the camcorder I had, it took those 8mm, or was it the 8mm camera, or tapes, or I think it was the Super 8, but either way, I'd never seen those. And then I picked this up, Dino and the Dynamos, You Got It All. I have one other CD by this artist, but I was sort of surprised to see this because I'm sure that that's not like a major artist that you see a lot of. But I like it. Sort of cheesy. This one, I have this on vinyl. I have the VHS, a couple copies. I have the original DVD, a couple copies. I have the new Blu-ray edition. But this is the soundtrack on CD, which I have the soundtrack on my iPod, but I didn't actually have the CD. I'd never seen it before, so ran across this and I was jumping up and down inside, at least. I was in public. I have to sort of contain myself. But Ghost World, one of my favorite movies of all time. I'm sure you've probably heard me mention it more than once if you watch my videos at all. But it's based on the comic book of the same name. There it is. But yeah, it's got a great soundtrack. It's got 20 tracks on here. Old tracks mainly. I mean, there's a few modern tracks, but it's mostly old stuff. Cole, you need to go away. He always wants to come down here and shake my camera. My black cat. Let's see if I can get this back in here. I think I got it in there right. Alrighty then. But yeah, I don't know if you've, like I said, if you've never seen this movie, you need to see it. It's about a guy who collects records and sort of a middle-aged guy like me. And he collects records and he meets this young girl and so on and so forth. And then I picked this CD up, the James Gang Greatest Hits. Cole, get down. Go on, go. This is Joe Walsh's band. And I don't know if this, I'm assuming this was before he was in the Eagles. Move your tail. This has Funk 49 on it. Has Walk Away. There's 16 tracks on this. And it was like, I think it was in the $5 bin at the mall. So I didn't have a lot of these songs. You can have a few of these on vinyl. Or a few of the from that band on vinyl, but $5. I picked this up on Amazon. This is a new release, fairly new release. It's called Teen Movie Hell. And the other book that this guy does, Mike McPadden, is Heavy Metal Movies, I think is the name of it. I have that over there somewhere. I see it over there, but I'm not going to get it. This is says a crucible of coming-of-age comedies from Animal House to Zapped. So if you like that kind of stuff, you'd probably like that. I'm in the middle of reading it, so Haven't got through it that much. And then this is I think this is the very last issue of new material of Mad Magazine. And this is the Quentin Tarantino Time Warp issue, so it's got the original logo. This is from the movie, it's a parody of the movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Actually, it's not. It's a parody of this character's show that he's on in his movie called... Oh, I've seen the movie and I can't even remember. Lousy Law is the parody. I think it's Martial Law or something like that. But, yeah, so this will be the last new issue or new material of Mad Magazine. So, and I think that's this is issue number 9 for October. On to the vinyl. Got just a couple of 45s here to show first. Stories with Brother Louie and What Comes After. Always thought that was a cool label there. It looks like Adam and Eve, I suppose. That's on Kama Sutra, one of their labels. Then I got Cliff Richard with Devil Woman and Love On, Shine On. The song Devil Woman is great. I could never get tired of that song. And if you're into heavier stuff, black metal or whatever, the Cradle of Filth, their version of Devil Woman is great as well. On to the 12-inch. First thing I got here, this is just like odds and ends stuff, you know, sort of as usual. Stuff that's been sort of stacking up for videos. Romantic Strings, Helmut Zacharias and His Magic Violins. It's a great cover there. Seems like there was another cover that was similar to that, but I think it was a tiger rug instead of a lion rug. This one here is Hugo Montenegro with Mammy Blue. Sort of an unusual cover, I think, for his stuff. And this has, because sometimes I'll pick up these albums, I mean, I sort of know what to expect, but based on, usually the cover, but sometimes it's based on some of the songs, because some of the ones they pick is like, really? Got to hear that. On this one is Uncle Albert, Admiral Halsey, which is Wings, or Paul McCartney. Let's see, I Feel the Earth Move. And Peace Train, The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down. And Yo-Yo, which I'm assuming that's the Osmonds song Yo-Yo, so that ought to be good. RCA. And the next one is Hawaiian Holiday, and I just love the cover on that too. A lot going on there. It's the Grand Prix series. This is Lenny Okehu and his surfboarders. So, the next one here we got is The Best of Dave Gardner. I have a bunch of his records. I didn't think I had this one. And he's sort of like a southern type comedian. Borderline preacher. I mean, he's not a preacher, but it's some of his humor and the way he says things sort of reminds you of a southern preacher. On here we got The Haunted House Story, Preacher and the Drunk, Tomato Plants and FDR, Motorcycle Story. So here's some more of his on the back, which I have quite a few of those. If you ever see any Dave Gardner and you don't have any, you should pick it up. You might like it. Can't Stop Talking by The Watchmen. One of these ridiculous covers. You know, I would love to hear the conversation of them presenting the idea, okay, here's what we're going to do for the front cover, and here's what we're going to do for the back cover. You got that guy with Superman costume there, supposedly. And I'm assuming this is probably a gospel album. It's a very dusty album. Yeah. There's a song on here called Superman, which would be enough for me to buy it alone. So yeah, crazy stuff. That's what I'm about. I like that kind of junk. Jim Pringer, Dive Bar Stars. I don't know anything about this other than it looked like it's going to be completely terrible. At least that's what I'm hoping. Um, Red River Valley, He'll Have to Go. Right Behind You, Kenny Rogers. That's a song you don't hear every day. Dive Bar Stars, Drugstore Truck Driving Man, Jambalaya, and To Hell With You, Nashville. Starlight and Strohs. It's came out in 1980. And I'm assuming that's the dude standing there. I don't know if you've seen him standing there on the front in the doorway with his cowboy attire. Everybody needs some cowboy attire. I got a cowboy hat here somewhere. Nancy in London. This was one of the Nancy Sinatra records I did not have, mainly because I don't think I'd ever seen it before as far as to buy. I mean, you know, a lot of stuff shows up when you're looking on the back of another album. This one's not in the greatest shape, but I was going to get it anyway, clean it up really good. This is the mono version. I was going to clean it up really good just because I'd never seen it. Someone has a sticker on the inside here that says $10. Arranged by Billy Strange and produced by Lee Hazelwood. And I think I have the one with Nancy and Lee Hazelwood together, which I guess that one's sort of, I think that one's been reissued, or maybe it's Lee Hazelwood's stuff that's been reissued. At this point, it's probably everything, because, you know, vinyl is back. You know what they keep saying? People keep saying that to me all the time. I'll be talking to somebody and about records, or it'll come up somehow, and yeah, I hear vinyl's coming back. And, well, yeah, about 10 years ago, or whatever it's been. Where was I at? I was somewhere recently, and oh, I was at a Goodwill, and I might have told this story in another video. It was recent, in the last month or so. I was at a Goodwill, and this guy said, I was looking, you find anything good? Which people ask me that all the time if they see me looking. I said, well, that depends on what you call good. You know, obviously, if you see my videos, I look for stuff and buy stuff that nobody else could really care about, usually. Not always, but... And I don't remember what I said, and he goes, yeah, he was going on and on and on, and I don't remember what records I had. I might have held up the one in the front, or he's seen it in the one in the front of the stack, because I had probably maybe 5 or 6 records. Yeah, vinyl's coming back. I got rid of all my records, my Led Zeppelin and my Jimi Hendrix, and I don't know, he named over some classic rock, and it's like, well, yeah, I have all that. So, I mean, that's awesome. It's not awesome that he gave it away. It's awesome that he had it. He should have kept it. But, I mean, hopefully someone else got it. But anyway, what I was saying was, I mean, if you've seen my videos, if you watch on a regular basis, you probably think, hey, all this guy shows is like thrift store crap, you know, like easy listening and weird stuff. And of course, I do show that, like, more probably than anything else. But I do have everything else over a period of, I don't know how many years I've been collecting records. Probably since the early to mid 90s, probably mid 90s, right around in there. So ever how many years that's been, I've pretty much bought everything that's quote unquote normal to have, whether it be like country music or classic rock or metal or just like pop or 80s or something like that. So I have a lot of that stuff. I have shown some of that in my past videos, but you have to scroll back quite a ways on my page or on my YouTube channel to see a lot of those. But most of the stuff I buy now is, I mean, I'm in a weird vein, and I have always been, and it's cheaper, you know. But we do go to the record stores. we do buy all kinds of other stuff with new artists and everything else, and I'm just babbling on and on. Since I haven't done a video in a couple weeks or whatever it's been, I thought, I'd go ahead and do a little bit of babbling. So this is another one here I'd never seen. This is Merrill Womack, my favorite hymns. I have quite a few from this artist. I've showed some records of his probably 2 or 3 different times, I would guess. And this one, I don't know how many records the guy made, but they do show up from time to time, so of course I'm going to go ahead and grab them. And this is just a white sleeve. But this is the guy that, I think he had a helicopter accident and he got sort of burned. You can't really see the picture there that well, but he's, here, this is a better picture to see. He's got some scars going on there. But it's a gospel record, and it seems like I want to say that I seen him on TV back in the maybe the late 80s, or it could have been later than that, but whatever. Marie and Marilyn, A Time to Sing. It's one of the classic covers. I mean, this one is fit for framing because it really looks like a family picture that would be in a frame on a wall in somebody's living room or something. And this record is very dirty. Not the material that's on it, but the condition of the record. It's a gospel record, so I'm sure it's not too dirty. There's a song on here called Amazing Grace. Anybody ever heard that? And then the rest of the songs on here, It Is Well With My Soul. I know that song. But the rest of the songs I've never heard, so they could be originals. This was made in Canada, Scarborough, Ontario. One of these days I'm going to get to Canada. That's on our list of places to go. I don't know how far down that list we'll get, but I'd like to go to Canada. Hugo Winterthaler Goes South of the Border. Someone posted this online just like in the last couple days on one of the groups, I think on Facebook or something. It's an awesome cover, and it's very simple. I mean, that's probably the easiest cover that they've ever shot, or one of the easiest. You take a naked girl, you throw a, I don't know if it's called a blanket, it's called something else, I can't think of what it is. Give her a sombrero, stick a fake cactus in the sand, tell her to put her glasses down, and you've got the picture. I mean, that one's definitely fit for framing. This one here is a weird one. Not that some of those weren't. Excuse me. Kenny Rankin. This one's called Family. And it's just like him and his naked daughters. I don't really know how he came to the fact that, oh, that's a good album cover. Seems sort of weird to me, but what do I know? I don't have any albums. I mean, with my picture on it. That's something I would sort of like to do. Make my own album. But I'd like to do a lot of things, like go to Canada and make my own album. But this is, I'm pretty sure, no, this is not a gospel album, because that probably wouldn't sell in Christian bookstores just from the cover. Does Christian bookstore still exist? I mean, I haven't seen one in a long time. Whatever. Ramble, ramble, ramble. Dear Prudence is on here. That ought to be interesting. Needle of Death. Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. Skip Along Sam. While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Up on the Roof. I just love it when other artists, regardless of what kind of artists they are, do Beatles songs or Rolling Stones songs. Because I like a lot of that, a lot of the cover versions, probably as much as the originals. I mean, they don't have the same, classic feel. That's what classic feel means when you do that. But they have sort of same hokey pokey feel. Makes you want to turn yourself around. The last one I have here is I Can Do Anything. So, I mean, what else can you say? It's the Sphere Clown Band, according to that right there, because that's what it says. And let's see, some of the titles. I'll just read all the titles. I'm in that kind of mood. I Want to Be in a Band, Going on a Holiday, Weather Song, I'm Happy, I'm Sad, Ride, Wonder What I Will Grow Up to Be. I've always wondered that, but I probably won't ever grow up. One-Eyed Duck, Don't Monkey Around, You Make Friends with a Great White Shark, You Can't Make Friends with a Great White Shark, Counting Song, Straw Hat, Only a Kazoo, and I Can Do Anything. And it says here is Free Sphere Clown Band gives you free a 28-page activity booklet, hate that word, with song lyric inside the cover. And I don't think, oh, wait. Well, let's see, there's the record, and it has a duck logo with an eye patch. And what else is in here? Is there something else? It has the booklet in here. The Sphere Clown Band is Bumper, Patty, Banger, and Bonkers. This came out in 1983, when people were still trying to, I don't know what they were trying to do really, but here's a great picture. I don't know which one that is, probably Bonkers. And here's another Village People picture. I'm amazed that it has this little, you know, that word still with it. There's that. Looks like one of my uncles. I mean, maybe he made some money on the side. I'll just show all of these because everyone needs to see this. If you run across this record by any chance, probably you'll be like everyone else except me, you'll pass it up. It's like, why would I want that? Well, yeah, no. Because it's awesome, that's why. And this picture here, I don't know really what's going on. It's hanging out in the trees, I suppose. And there's a classic clown on a bicycle. Well, a classic, that is, but... And it makes me want to dress up like a clown, which wouldn't take much effort on my part. They probably just had these costumes on and makeup all day. It's like, okay, well, let's do this. Take a picture. Let's do that. Take a picture. This one's really good. I don't know what kind of car that is, but I'd like to have it. Probably in a junk heap somewhere. And I think this is the album cover. Yeah, it is. Just without the words. So, yeah, that was a pretty good find, I thought. I mean, how many clown records can you possibly have? Oh, wait. Oh, this is just a page that fell out. I thought it was another poster of some sort, but it's just a page that fell out. So let's put that back in there. So yeah, that's what is it, the Clown Sphere Band? That's all I have to show in this video today. But I'll be back eventually with another video of stuff. As Chuck Barris used to say on the Gong Show, we got a lot more stuff. I got another drink here. It's cold, it's cold. Thanks for watching and subscribing. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. Much appreciated. Hope everyone's summer is pretty good. it's, what is it, August? So we still have a little bit more. Hopefully we'll have an Indian summer, as they call it. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next vinyl update.